something that everyone knows master grade, but they're not familiar with the emailing system.
Yeah.
And the emailing system, does it affect the class?
Oh, big time. The kids are so technology based that I barely put my marks up in my class anymore. I email it to them, they pull out their iPhones, they look at their marks like right there on their iPhones. The parents get the emails. The students know that I send emails out Sunday night or Monday morning so that it's after the weekend, so the kids don't get in trouble if their marks aren't where they need to be. So they trust me because I send them out Sunday, Monday. The parents like the fact that they always know that they're going to get an email Sunday, Monday from me to say, this is your kid's grade for the last week. So they're on top of any missed work before the kids ever...
Before they miss it?
Before they get too far behind.
You give it to the kids first?
I always give it to the kids first.
Why is that?
Always. So that the kids trust you and they trust giving you their email address that you should always know how you did before somebody else did. It's just good communication. Sometimes you need to explain to parents that it's a snapshot in time. So if they were away the previous week and they've missed a couple things, it's not an issue. It's going to get caught up next week. The parents are going to make sure the kids catch up.
Has it changed the way they look at marks? Like, are they looking at marks now, or are they looking at what they're missing?
I think they're looking at what they're missing now more than the grade of it. Some parents, obviously, look at the grades, but they're looking at, if my child was away for a week, did they catch up? And are they catching up and working towards it? Or even if their grades aren't 100%, they just want them to see the progress that they're moving towards that.
Exactly. Yeah. How do parents feel about this?
Parents love it. I've had emails into the principal. I've had emails to me. I get, whenever I send it out at the beginning, I usually get about 10 emails back from parents saying, this is so great, why don't all the teachers do this? That kind of thing, saying that they really like it. And then I find that once the communication is opened up with the parents at the beginning, they are very comfortable emailing you with any problems, and it saves a lot of time on telephone calls, face-to-face meetings, just being able to communicate with email too.
Have you feel that you've grown with this Innovative Grant?
Yeah, just having the technology around you, even when other people, even when you're not doing something, you walk by somebody and you see them doing it, and you kind of walk by and go, hey, that's a really cool storybook idea. I can use that, blah, blah, blah. And somewhere another teacher will come in and show you how to do it for 10 minutes with their class, and then your class is now running with it. So it affects, it's like a snowball, it's like a ladder from one person to another, and how that works. It's
like
contagious.
A disease.
Yeah, it's like a disease. I like that.
One of the things that you did, and it is innovative, because this is an innovation grant. It's not a tech grant, but we've been using a lot of it. But one of the things you did was you did a complete unit using food.
Yeah.
What was that about? Explain that.
So in biology, we go through all the phylums, so all the different kinds of animals.
Mm-hmm.
And so what we do is we take the kids and we start eating like different kinds of plants, like seeds and fiddleheads, which are ferns, and we get them eating odd things like, snails or squid, things that they probably have never done, and I bring that into the classroom so that the kids get a chance not only to learn about the different parts about it, but to taste it and see that it actually is part of their real world. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
You must have loved it.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. They really enjoy it.
Blocks 1 to 5, and how our school is growing so much, and we have to expand sideways instead of expanding with the building and everything. With that, you learned a lot of organizational things too, but even then it was that sharing. You've seen more of other people's classrooms than anyone else.
Oh yeah, for sure, because I'm all over the school all the time, so I walk by somebody's classroom and I see what they're doing in their classroom in English and how they're writing stories, and then I can take that and go, hey, I can make my kids write a story over in science, and we can use the same program they used over in English, and then I bring it over and I use that. So in some ways, coordination and communication is huge with it, but at the same time, moving around, I met more people moving around this school as a new person that I would never have met by either sharing a room or, moving around because of that. So it does have its advantages for sure.
Because next year we're going to be even more expanded.
Yeah, I know.
So we just got to work on that.
And sometimes that's where the cooperation between people. I set up a lab for Block 4, somebody uses it for Block 5, they clean it up. We're both in the same classroom teaching the same thing, and so it all coordinates if everybody works together.
You guys are learning together all the time then.
Yeah, because I take somebody else's lab and they take my lab, or we take each other's ideas, and I saw this that's new, and then we fit it all in. So yeah, it works well. It works.